Hello, everyone, and welcome back to BVI Pilots. I am your host, John. Glad to be here with you. And I'm actually coming at you right now from the maintenance hangar. We are looking to do a couple things before we get started. But I'm starting over on all this because I really want people to be able to just get in the, Cherokee, understand it, and fly. So this is going to be a longer video, and it will be broke down a little bit, but you can always stop halfway or whatever. It's probably going to be one of the longer videos that we do here at BVI. But I want you guys to be able to enjoy this and have fun with it. Let's take it serious, but we got to have fun too, right? Things happen, mistakes happen. Sometimes you might forget something, and that's okay. The nice thing about this is now you've got this video. You can come back to it anytime that you need to. So prepare for a longer video because this is not going to be just 20 or 30 minutes. If you've got any questions, there's a couple options that you've got here. By the way, our BVIPilots.com is down right now, but we will have that back up. There was a problem with some stuff, and we had to make some switches. We're actually going to be putting it up on a dedicated server. Cause we got a lot of other plans for BVI. So, hopefully it won't be down too long, but while it is, we'll keep you updated. I would like to give a shout out to all of our BVI pilots. And, that's for all of you that are pilots and are part of the BVI pilot community. Shout out to my brother to my brother Thomas. Shout out to him. Shout out to Josh. Shout out to both Brandons. Shout out to Kira. I'm going to give a shout out to Devin. And there's some other ones up there. Xander. I also want to give a shout out to community. Just all kinds of wonderful people. We've got a community where we care about each other. We care what happens. We're there for each other. And that's what a true community is about. Shout out to Declan. And I know there's a few others. Quinn. Jesse. Shout out to Sarah. All you guys. We need to stick together, help each other, be there for each other, educate each other, motivate, support, all that stuff. That's what it's about. It's about having fun, and being together, and making a difference. And this might be pilot simming, but it's something that, we've been able to make possible for, other people like us that are visually impaired can get into these sims and fly these planes and have fun with it. I've flown jets, I've flown 777s, I've flown 737s. My goodness. Pretty much all the different 737s, I've flown a lot of them. All the way down to the 737 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and even the 737 MAX 10, 737 MAX 800. So all that's been possible because of other program designers and developers out there that have made it possible. I want to give a shout out to Jason over at BVIPilots.net. If you're not sure what that is, go check it out. You'll see kind of what he does, and I'll tell you what, he's an amazing person that cares about bringing accessibility to the table. I want to give a shout out to Steve with Ideal Flight. Give a shout out to the other Steve for self-loading cargo. All this, all you guys, if it wasn't for you, where would we be today? Right? Where would we be? I don't plan to be perfect. I might make mistakes in this. Hopefully nothing drastic. I try to make it to where, I don't confuse anybody. If you need to reach out to me, you're going to find an email down below in the description. So go ahead and email me, ask any questions you might have. You can also follow me on Twitch. You'll find that link down below in the description as well. It is twitch.tv/Pilot Life 2020. And I've got about 10 followers right now. Hopefully that moves up more. So you can always come there when I'm streaming and check things out too. I'm not streaming the tutorial on Twitch. Due to it just needs to be a video. So, anyways, here we are. We're in the hangar. I've got some plugs that just don't sound right, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. They shouldn't be. Well, I'm not going to go through the whole startup process just to show you a plug. But basically, when I did my magneto check, it was running really rough. Your motor should still run on one plug or the other. And when you do pick one plug, it's just a little bit lower. It's not as strong as what it'd be if you're running both. There is a difference, but you can run on one plug. So, if anybody wants to debate that, we can do that. But I've also got, for the Bonanza, I'm getting ready to put it together for the Cherokee as well. And I'll give you a link down below if I can make it work, where you can download the checklist for the Cherokee. Okay, I've already got one for the Bonanza, but I'm not going to show you that one in this tutorial because we're doing the Cherokee right now. So, anyways, let's move on. I'm in the hangar. I got to get some stuff straightened out. I'll talk to you while I'm doing it, kind of what I'm doing. I do use NVDA for my screen reader. I also use Golden Cursor, which allows you to create basically shortcuts. So when you hit, you go into it and you got one saved for battery, it'll put the mouse where it's supposed to be on that screen. So you just reach over and click it, and there you go. We got some people in the hangar right now doing maintenance on their own stuff. So you're going to hear people drop stuff every now and then and pounding and all that. But, it's just all part of being in the maintenance hangar, right? So, anyways, here we are. We're in the hangar now. I'm going to, hopefully I can just do this and get the plug straightened out. Let's see if we can do that now. So some of the things you can do in the hangar, this is just some of it. You can do tip tanks for the Bonanza, wheel chocks on and off, alternator on and off. You can replace your battery, replace your alternator. You can replace cylinders, oil pump, air filter, crankshaft. You can change your motor, your plug type. You can do an overall repair. It repairs everything on your motor. A motor overhaul is basically what that is. Of course, you can, let's see, compression test. You can install cabin curtains. So I'm going to hit let's see. Hopefully it's still in the same spot for the, it might not be, it might be different. We'll find out. We're going to do check motor, and that's going to open up another panel so I can get to some of the other parts. So let's hit enter on that. And hopefully it'll do it. Let me make sure it's on the hanger the right way. There we go. Let's try it again. There it is. There's the battery. So we changed the battery. I did that with Golden Cursor. If you would like to learn more about the Golden Cursor, I'd be glad to do a tutorial to help you learn how to do that. You can actually add or remove baggage, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to add the air track tires. And there it is. There's our tires. Going to come back, NVDA Control L. I'm going to go ahead and replace this alternator. We was having some trouble, so I'm going to hit enter on it. And sometimes it does that. Let's see. It might be a little different for this one. Oh, I need to open up the panel, no wonder. See if I can get to it. It's over here. I hate when it doesn't know and then it just doesn't. It just sits there. Come on, read it to me. Read. Sometimes it'll do that. See, normal cursor. See if I can get it to read it. So what I'm going to do, because I'm having trouble getting to it, show you something else you can do. You can come down there's the main wheels. There's our nose wheel. We're going to make a key for the nose wheel for this. So I'm going to do NVDA Shift L. Now I can put whatever I want. We'll do front nose wheel. And now that I got that in there, let me show you what I can do. I can do NVDA Control L. Now watch this. Front nose wheel. Watch this. There it is. Okay. So usually when I come across a new one that I didn't add, I'll add it. Here's a complete overhaul. You can click this, and that does everything. I mean, it fixes everything. Show you a couple other things here. Basically, you're not hearing nothing because that means I'm in an area where there's nothing there. So I'll move over a little bit. So there's nothing there. MKR headphones off. Let's add that. I think that's a... We're going to add it. MKR headphones. Okay, let's click it and see what it does. So, I don't know what that's for. We'll turn it back off for now. Nav 2 speaker off. See, I'm adding this stuff because you never know. Nav 2 speaker. What's that do when I click it? That turned on the Nav 2 speaker. Turn it back off. Tail speaker. Wow, there's a lot of stuff on this, you guys. So see, you can do all this. You can do... Now I've got a key for that. Tail speaker. And now the speaker's on. I must have moved off of it a little bit. Come on, read it. Sometimes you don't read it. Read it. Okay, so I don't want to bore you guys with this. So I did a repair all. Now you can also Yeah, you can do gap seals. I mean, engine heater, all that stuff. Okay. All right, so we did all that. Let's go ahead and close the hanger so we can get into the other part. All right, so the hanger's closed. We are going to go ahead and get our headphones put on. I do have a key for that. I'm going to do Shift 3. That brings up a different menu. Let me show you. Now, to get to these different, the stuff you need to do, when you're on the prepare window and you do Shift 3 or the hanger, any of it, you got to do NVDA numpad 6 or numpad 4, until you get to that window. And if you don't end up finding it, in my case, it's right there. But if you don't find it, that means you need to hit the hotkey again, like Shift 3 or for hanger. You'll know if the hanger's open because you'll hear that big light buzzing. So right here's where I need to be because I need to turn on my, we need to put on the headphones at some point. I'm going to go ahead and put them on because we're going to be taking off. So now that I'm on that, I will go ahead and do NVDA Control L. Right there, headphones. See, right there it says headphones off. Now I've got them on. And when you hit enter on those shortcut for your golden cursor keys, it'll put you where you need to click, and then you still got to come to your mouse and do a left click. Okay? So I think we're good here. Let's go ahead and go over to Talking Flight Monitor. Let's look at our payload. That's going to be another thing you're going to do. You're going to want to load your Talking Flight Monitor. Okay? I didn't go over loading the plane, but surely you know how to do that. If not, let me know. I'll do that part. But when you're in Talking Flight Monitor, as long as you got the latest beta version, you'll hit your Alt key and then right arrow, aircraft submenu, down arrow. You've got the A2A payload and fuel manager, repair all aircraft damage. I done did an overhaul, so we're not going to hit enter on that. But let's go ahead and go into the payload and fuel manager and let's talk about that. All right, so you're going to have your left tank and your right tank here. Now, as you can see in the first box, it's going to be 25. Now, you probably can't hear my reader because I got set where you can't hear my screen reader. So, as long as you understand, okay? Maybe I can, let's see. Let me go to my NVDA because I want you guys to hear this, actually. So let me go in here. Well, you're not going to, regardless, because we're not on. I don't even know. If you have trouble following along, let me know because even if I do that, you're not going to hear it because I'm not on a live stream. So when you hit enter on the fuel manager, the first thing you're going to come across is your left tank. It's going to be an edit box. And by default, it should show you what's in there. If you've never done anything with it, it's going to say 25. You'll tab again. Right wing tank in gallons. It's going to say the same thing, 25. Tab again. Fill oil tank, 8 quarts, checkbox, not checked. If I check it, that is going to make sure that we're topped off on oil. Because the Cherokee is going to hold 8 quarts. Okay? And And that's about as average. That's about a V8 will hold about 6.5, 7 quarts. So that should give you an idea of the size of this motor. All right. We're not going to hit OK yet. Actually, you know what? We are. Hit OK. You'll tab OK. And then after you do that, it'll bring you back to Talking Flight Monitor. Hit Alt again. And go back into the Fuel Manager. Now, you don't got to mess with that again. You're going to Shift Tab one time. It'll say Fuel Tab selected. Hit your right arrow. Now it's going to say Payload. Tab once. Pilot required for other passengers. That's going to be checked. Then you can put your weight in there. Let's say that, let's go with 150, about what I weigh, 150, 155. And then we got, if you want to take some passengers, you can. The cool thing, it actually simulates having other passengers. You put the weight of that first passenger, which I do have a passenger with me. So we're going to put her weight here. Okay. And then you got passenger 2. I don't have a second passenger. I don't have a third passenger. So what we got here is my weight, 150. Tab again. The other weight, I put, and I don't know what the exact weight is, but I put 170. So when I tab down and hit OK, you'll wait a few minutes and you'll hear it say that it updated it, and it'll give you the actual weight that you have on that aircraft. So let's see. Payload weight now 200. Nope. Payload weight now 320 pounds. So 1, 2, 3. And that's right. Yep. 320 pounds is what's in the cockpit. Once you do that, that's it. You're ready to now go back over to your prepare window. Now, before I go any further, I didn't do anything on installing the FSX. I didn't do any of that. I will be going over it. So that way, if you get it, set up, or you get help with getting it set up, you'll at least know what's going on. All right. Again, I would rather try to break these up into shorter videos. That way, I was going to make it one long video, but we're going to change it. All right. So on the next video, we're going to start out. We're going to go to the airplane hangar, and we're going to start working on getting it started up and going through the steps for getting it started. And then that'll be that video. Then we're going to do another tutorial on taking off. What you need to do, what you got to do to control your speed, what you got to do to adjust your engine, all that stuff. So at this point, this is where the video is going to end. However, I would like to ask you to tap on that subscribe button. Join us here at BVI Pilots, and be sure to give us a thumbs up just to show that you liked this video or it helped you out in one way or another. And hopefully this does help you. You got any questions, leave your comments below. Please keep it nice, keep it polite, keep it clean. We don't do the drama here. So if you're about drama, we'll just block it and move on. All right? So guys, stick around. Again, thank you for watching the tutorial for the Cherokee, part 1, getting your payload manager set up along with the maintenance hangar and some of the options that you have there. We'll talk to you here very shortly.